Hello everyone. Welcome to another lecture on reasoning ability and problem solving. In today's lecture, we will discuss the previous year questions from logical reasoning that you can get into your SSC MTS exams. So the paper is given over here for your reference. So let us look at question number 1. So this is a question of number analogy. So basically 3 pairs are given to us, pair number 1, pair number 2 and pair number 3, and we have to find the missing element in pair number 2. So whenever we solve questions on analogy, there are two things that we do. First, we identify the pattern used for pair number 1 and pair number 3, correct? So we'll identify a pattern in pair number 1, we'll cross check the pattern with pair number 3, and second thing, we use the same pattern to find the missing element in pair number 2. So this is the two-step method that we use to solve any analogy. So over here, if I look at pair number 1, I can see that 9 minus 7 gives me 2. Correct? Similarly, if I look at pair number 3, I can see that 7 minus 4 gives me 3. So probably the same logic will be used in pair number 2. So if I look at pair number 2, I can see that 6 minus 3 gives me 3. So 3 would be my answer, which is given in option number 3. So option number 3 will be your correct answer to this question. Okay? Now, question number 2 is again a analogy question. Again, I can see this is pair number 1 is given to us, pair number 2 is given to us, and we have to find the missing element in pair number 3. Correct? So, if I look at pair number 1, I can see that 14 is somehow related to 347 and 5 is somehow related to 122. So, when I look at pair number 1, I can see that if I add 3, 4 and 7 together, I will get 14. Because 3 plus 4 will be equal to 7 and 7 plus 7 will be equal to 14. Now if I see second pair, I can see that 1 plus 2 will give me 5. So let us do the same pattern in pair number 3. So pair number 3 will be 2 plus 4 plus 4. So if I add 4 plus 4, 8 plus 2, 10. So I'll get 10 as the answer. And this is given in option number 2. So option number 2 will be your correct answer to this question. Clear? Now, question number 3. Again, analogy question. So here, pair number 1 is given to us, pair number 2 is given to us, and we have to find the missing element in pair number 3. Okay? So I can see 1503 and 3000 something. This is approximately double. And similarly, 800 something and 1700 something. This is approximately double. So maybe some logic is being used. So if I multiply 1503 by 2, I'll get 6, 0. This will be 10 and 3. So I'll get 3006. And then if I subtract 2 from it, I'll get 3004. This is for pair number 1. Now, for pair number 2, if I multiply 871 by 2, I'll get 2, 1 times 2, 14, 1 will be carried. This will be 16 plus 1, 17. So 1742 I'll get. And if I subtract 2 from it, I'll get 1740. So this logic follows for pair 2 as well. So two operations are being done. First operation is multiplication by 2. Okay. And second operation is subtraction of 2. So two operations are being done. So I'll do the same thing for here. So if I take this to be x, okay, I'm taking this to be x. That means x into 2 minus 2 should give me 142. Correct? If I take 2 this side, it will be 2x is equals to 142 plus 2, which is 144. So I got an equation that 2x equals to 144. This is my equation. So if I have to solve for x, I have to take 2 over here. And if I divide 144 by 2, I'll get 72. So the value of x is 72. Correct? So my answer will be option number 3, 72. Clear? You can take a look at the solution. So basically we formed the equation and then we found the value of the unknown variable, which was x. Okay. Question number 4. This is a number series question. So in this we are going 524 to 533, 533 to 544, 544 to 557 and so on. So if I look over here, from 524, if we are getting 533, that means we are adding 9. Okay. And if from 533 we are going to 544, that means we are adding 11. Similarly, from 544, if we are going to 557, I am adding 13. Correct? So this is an increasing order of consecutive odd numbers. This is an increasing order of consecutive odd numbers. So the next odd number will be 15. So I would have to add 557 with 15. So if I add 557 with 15, 7 plus 5 will give me 12. 1 would be carried. 5 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 7 and 5. So my answer will be 572. This would be the next missing element over here. This is given in option number 2. Therefore, option number 2 will be the correct answer to this question. Okay? Clear? So basically, increasing or you can say consecutive odd numbers were being added. So if I have to find the next element, I would have to do plus 17. So the next element after this will be 589. Simply 589, if I have to find the next element, I'll do plus 19. So 8, 1 carried. 608 would be the next term. So 589 and then 608. So on, this series will continue. Okay. Then you have question number 4. This is a letter analogy. So first pair is given to us, second pair is given to us, and we have to find the missing element in the third pair. Now for solving these type of questions, I told you a concept, actually 4 concepts while doing alphanumeric series and also coding decoding. So concept 1 was of forward rank. Concept number 2 was of backward rank. Forward rank means we assign the alphabets by number. So A is 1 and Z is 26. Each alphabet is assigned with an increasing order of number. Backward rank is A is 26 and Z is 1. So decreasing order of number. Then third concept was of opposite letters. What do you mean by opposite letters? Opposite letters basically means if we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L and M, then I'll write N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z like this. So A would be Z's opposite letter, B would be Y opposite letter, similarly M would be opposite to N. This is the concept of opposite letters. And then we discussed the concept of looping. What do you mean by looping? Looping basically means that if I have to go backward from A, because there is no letter before A, backward from A will lead me back to Z. Similarly, if I have to go forward from Z, since there is no letter after Z, I will start again in a loop from A. This was the concept of loop. So based on these 4 concepts, we can answer any question regarding alphabets. Okay, so let us look at this question. So in this question, pair 1, if I look at vocal and C, V, J, H and S. Okay, so I am going to give them forward ranks. V is how much? V is 22. This is 15. If you remember the shortcut, Ejoti, 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. This was a shortcut to remember forward ranks. C is 3, A is 1, L is 12. Similarly, S is 19, H is 8, J is how much? J is 10, V is 22, and C is again 3. So here I can see there is a plus 7. Here also 1 to 8 plus 7. 3 to 10 plus 7. 15 to 22 plus 7. And from 22 to 3. So W, X, Y, Z. Or you can say, call it like V, W, X, Y, Z. Then A, B, C. This is how looping works. So from V, if I have to go 7 positions forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I will come back to C. So this is also plus 7. So this is true for this particular pair, that is pair number 1. Now we'll check for pair number 2 as well. So if I check for pair number 2, true, and this is the code. So if I give them forward ranks, this is 20, this is 18, this is 15, this is 6. Similarly, this is 13, this is 22. Okay, this is how much? Y is 25 and A is 1. So from 20 to 1, from 20 plus 6 will give me 26Z. Then we'll move back to 1. So this is also plus 7. 18 to 25 is plus 7. Correct? 15 to 22 is plus 7 in both these cases. And 6 plus 7 will give me 13. So plus 7 in this pair also. So we'll do the same thing for RTAGE. So let me give them ranks. If I give ranks to RTAGE, R is 18, T is 20, A is 1, G is how much? G is 7 and E is 5. So I have to basically add 7. So if I add 7 in 18, I'll get 25. Over here, I'll go back to 1. Correct? Over here, I'll get 8. For G, I'll get 14. And if I add 7 in 5, I'll get 12. So at 25th position, we have Y. At first position, we have A. At 8th position, we have H. At 14th position, we have N. And at 12th position, we have L. So my code will be YAHNL. And YAHNL is given in option number 4. So option number 4 will be the correct answer. Clear? Now, you can look at the solution. This is a question of water and mirror images. So a mirror is placed over here and we have to find what would be the mirror image of this particular image. So this particular image, if I have to draw the mirror image, I'll get a square like this. This square will be reflected over here. Mirror image inversed. So two things you have to take care of. First is the placement of mirror. And second is the inversion of image. Correct? So this will be over here. This heart will look like this and then we'll have something like this. And this will be highlighted over here. And it will be shaded like this. Or actually in the opposite direction. Sorry. This will be shaded like this. This is how it will be shaded. So simply by looking, I can eliminate option number 2 and option number 3. Because the mirror is placed over here, the image will come like this. And we have the square over here and this image is like this. Sorry, I'm not very good at drawing, but you get the idea. And this image will look like this. Option number 1 will be the correct answer. Okay? Now, paper folding and cutting. So the paper was folded into half and then again half. And an incision was made over here. So two things. First is how the paper is folded and how much the paper is folded. And second thing is how the incisions look, because they will be reversed. So if I open this paper, okay, my incision will look something like this. Correct? And if I open it further, so if I open it like this, I'll get one more incision over here. Because this was first folded into half. So we'll open it in this direction. And then this was again folded into half. So we'll open it in this direction. This image is given in option number 4. Therefore, option number 4 will be your correct answer to this question. Clear? Now, question number 8. Again, a mirror figure image question. So here, if I draw I'll get 9 boxes like this, and then each image will be inversed. So this will be like this only, this will be like this only, and the triangle will appear like this. So if I look at the options, the first row is same in each. Now let us come to the second row. So second row, this will look like this. This will look something like this, opposite direction, and this will look like this only. So this is given in which? This is given in each of the options. So option number, row number 2 is same in each figure. Correct? Now let us come to row number 3. So if I look at row number 3, this will be like this. This will be opposite. And this will be opposite. So my row 3 will look something like this. And this is given in option number 2. Therefore, option number 2 will be the correct answer. Clear? Question number 9. In question number 9, I can see that we have a image like this. So if I complete this image, I will complete the inner circle. Correct? Then I'll complete this circle. And then I'll complete this circle. Correct? If I complete this circle, I'll get 2 triangles over here or diamonds over here. Correct? This would complete my image. So, we don't have any diamonds in the innermost circle and we do not have any diamonds in the outermost circle. So, this simply eliminates all the options. Therefore, our answer will be option number 4, none of the above. Okay, this is how our image will look like. Correct? So now let us look at question number 10. This is a circular seating arrangement. So there are 7 people who are sitting around a circular table and they are facing towards the center and we have to find the answer to the question. So I'll take 7 people around a circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everybody is facing towards the center. Now, C is a neighbor of A and G. So if C is over here, A can be over here and G can be over here. But it is not given in the question whether A is to the right of C or A is to the left of C. So I can assume that there are 2 possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. C is here, G is here and A is here. So this is possibility 1 and this is possibility number 2. Now, it says that B is to the immediate right of A. So, if B is to the immediate right, that means B will be in this position. But we already have C in this position. So, this option or this particular possibility is eliminated. So, B is to the immediate right of A. So, B will be over here. Correct? Now, F is second to the left of D. So, F I can say is over here and D is over here. So, F will be second to the left of D. If you see, they are facing inwards. They are facing towards the center. So, this direction would be their right direction and this direction would be their left direction. Correct? Towards this direction would be their right direction and towards this direction would be their left direction. So F is second to the left of D. And we have placed how many people? We have placed A, B, C, D, F and G. So E is not placed yet. We will place E over here. So this would be the final arrangement. Okay. We have to find out G's position. So G is where? G, I will highlight, is over here. This is the position of G. Now, first option is second to the left of B. So B is over here. If I see left, it will be 1, 2, 3. It would be actually third to the left of B. So option number 1 is eliminated. Option number 2 is second to the right of F. So F is over here. Right would be actually third. It would be third to the right of F. Therefore, option number 2 is also eliminated. To the immediate left of D. So D is over here, G is over here. It is to the immediate right of D. Okay, so this is to the immediate right of D. So therefore, option number 3 is also eliminated. Option number 4 is between C and D. We definitely have C over here and D over here, and G is between them. So option number 4 between C and D is the correct answer to this question. Clear? Question number 11. We have to select the correct mirror image. So mirror is placed over here. First thing, square will come as it is. Then this tiny square will come over here. And this particular arrow will come like this. Okay. And this particular image will be something like this. Okay. And this is given in option number 2. So option number 2 will be the correct answer. So this placement you also have to remember. This is shorter and this is larger. So over here this will be large and this will be shorter. But in this case, option number 1, it was reversed. So option number 2 will be the correct answer to this question. Clear? Question number 12. Again, a alphabet analogy question. So we will give them forward ranks. This is pair number 1 and this is pair number 2. So if I look at pair number 1, J, then K. J is how much? J is, what is the forward rank? 10. This is 15 and for M it is 13. For this is 14, this is 16 and this is 11. So simply I can see plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Each time we have moved one position forward. From J to K, O to P and M to N. So we'll do the same thing for this also. P is 16, E is 5 and T is 20. You can use the shortcut AJOTY to remember the forward ranks. This is 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. Okay, you can use this shortcut. So the next will be 17, 6 and 21. At 17th position we have P, after P we have Q, then we have F and then we have U. So my answer will be QFU, which is given in option number 3. So option number 3 will be the correct answer to this question. Clear? Now, question number 13. In question number 13, from 26 we are going to 28. So there is a simple plus 2. From 28 we are going to 24. So there is a minus 4. From 24 to 30 that means a plus 6. And from 30 to 22 is a minus 8. So I can see that consecutive even numbers are being added and subtracted. So plus 2 minus 4 plus 6 minus 8. The next term will be plus and the next even number is 10. So we would simply add 10. So if I add 10 and 22, I'll get 32 as my answer. This is given in option number 4. Therefore, option number 4 will be your correct answer to this question. Clear? Question number 14, mirror image question. So here I will see this hexagon. Hexagon means 6 side I will complete. So I'll get an image like this. Then I will complete this circle also. So I complete the hexagon and the circle. Then this over here, this you can see is something like this. So I'll get this figure. So this figure is given in option number 2. Option number 1, this is facing the opposite side, but this will be facing towards the right. The head of the image will be towards the right, which is given in option number 2. Therefore, the correct answer will be option number 2. Clear? Now, question number 15. So, certain numbers are given to us and we have to find out the logic. So, if I look over here, 25 and 34, I can see an addition of 9. Whereas from 34 to 52, I can see an addition of 18. And from 160 to 304, I can see an addition of 144. So here I can actually not make any logic. So what I'll do is I will write my numbers like this. 52, then we have to find the missing number, and 160 and 304. So between this, the gap was of 9 plus 9. Between this, the gap was of plus 18, and between this, the gap was of plus 144. So if I look at 9 and 18, I can say this is multiplication of 2. Correct? So let us see, if I multiply 18 by 2, the next term will be 36. Correct? 18 into 2 is 36. So if I add 36 in 52, I'll get 8 and 8. I'll get 88. Let us keep this here. So between 88 and 160, what is the gap? Between 88 and 160, the gap is of 72. Okay. So 36 to 72, I can see is a clear multiplication of 2. Correct? And from 72 from 144 is also a multiplication of 2. So 88 follows logically with the previous number as well as with the next number. So over here, if I keep 88, I would get something like this. So basically, we are adding the number starting from 9. Then we multiplied it by 2, got 18. Then we added it. Then we multiplied it by 2 and got 36. And we added it. Then so on and so forth until we reach 304. So the next number, if I have to find out this number, it will be 144 into 2. So it will be 288. So basically, I will add 288 in 304. This will be 592. So the next number will be 592. So we had to find this particular number. This was 88, which is given in option number 1. So option number 1 will be your correct answer to this question. So this concludes today's lecture. Thank you.